Time for Finance with Dominic Alafaci from Collins House. Morning to you, Dominic.
Good morning, Emily. How are you?
Good. Is July 1 like Christmas Day for maths nerds, tax people and financial advisors?
It's more like put your feet up, have a bit of a rest, because the run up to the 30th of June is generally quite, challenging. Lots of different things happen in the last couple of weeks, and we're a bit like the Red Bull ad. It gives us wings. We get the work done.
Fantastic. If you've got a finance question for Dominic Alafaci from Collins House, 133693 is the number to call, and we've got plenty of room on the board and Bronwyn there to take your calls. Dominic, firstly, take us through the market update.
Certainly. Overnight, we saw the Dow Jones Industrial Average up 0.9%. The S&P 500 was up 1.3%. And the Nasdaq was up 1.5%, and they call them the Magnificent Seven. They're the stocks that have sort of pushed the S&P 500 and the markets up. That's Nvidia, Tesla, Metadata, Apple, Amazon, Microsoft and Alphabet. There's probably about 50 companies underneath those seven names, but things that we all know and we use, and mainly in the IT area, where there's a big push to get in first by some of the investors so that the next trend, the wave up they can ride. Across the Atlantic, London's FTSE was strong, so was the CAC, DAX and the Italian MIB. That's the French CAC, the German DAX and the Italian MIB. They're up strongly between 0.8 and 1.3%. Gold put on 0.6% to $1,919.89 an ounce. Brent crude was up 0.8% to $74.90 US a barrel. Iron ore was up 1.8%. To $109.05 US a tonne. And the Aussie dollar is up 0.7% to $66.61 US a barrel. And our market's looking up for Monday, probably up 0.4% to 7,187, following yesterday's effort where our market put on 8 points to end the session at 7,203.
Now, we're all a teensy bit richer now from the 1st of July with the superannuation guarantee rising 0.5% to 11%. That's what employers have to pump into our superannuation. It'll go up to 12% by 2025. Dominic, where does superannuation sit on the a la carte menu of what you will pick from and utilise when you retire?
Well, in terms of planning for it, it varies. It's either on the bench, not picked on the team, or it's the number one full forward. So it depends where you are in life. And when you get to retirement, it is certainly the number one full forward. We use it as best we can to generate tax-free income in retirement. Some people occasionally say, have you got a good tax gig I can make money out of so I don't have to pay tax? And I say, well, look, you don't have to go to the Jersey Islands and set up a bank account under someone else's name, which you wouldn't do anyway, of course. You've got a terrific system in Australia that covers 99% of Australians quite well, probably 95%, and that is the superannuation system, because you can have nearly up to $1.8 million per person salted away in super by the time you get to retirement age. Sounds a lot, but it isn't when you get there, let me tell you. And that will give you tax-free income in retirement and give you income for the rest of your life, basically. What
are the big questions clients are coming to you at the moment? Does the social milieu and the situation of the day affect the kind of top-line things that people want help with?
Oh, look, Emily, that is a great question. As you know, I've been doing the telefinance video consultations for free, and they're still available now if anyone. I'm booked out till September, so please be patient. There's only so many hours a week that I can do this. It's funny, I was thinking about it. It hasn't changed since I started in 1981. Just same when I was a young kid, 22, now I'm 64, it's the same blooming issues all the time. People want security, they want good returns. They're the people in the middle of the normal distribution curve. Security, good returns. The two biggest, two of the biggest drivers of human behaviour is fear and greed. So fear, don't lose my money. Greed, get me as much as I can. That's the vast majority. Then at the tail end, you've got complete stupid questions like, I want to get 10% of my money with no risk. Well, go and have another smoke of hashish, my friend. You can't do it. Or the other side of the coin, my mate does this and doesn't pay any tax. And and just go and perhaps have an extra scotch. You're dreaming. So you've got the fringes, people asking ridiculous things. Then you've got the vast majority of people who have got sizable amounts of funds, and some have got less sizable amounts. Inevitably, we get to the Maslow hierarchy of needs. What is the most important thing that someone needs? A roof over their head. So we spend most of our time helping people get a roof over their head, and then whatever's left over, we salt away into superannuation, and that can be through property, shares, fixed interest, and synthetic investments as well, and also good old-fashioned commodities, a bit of gold and a little bit of silver, perhaps.
Oh, well, gold, I just saw Mark Pekovic's eyes light up. It's 8 minutes to 10 on 3AW and plenty of room on the board to talk to Dominic Alafaci and put your finance question to him, 133 693. 5 minutes to 10. Hi, Liz. You're talking to Dominic Alafaci.
Hey, Dominic. How are you?
Good, thanks, Liz. How can I help?
Dominic, I'm 63 this year in September. I inherited some money from my mum, 200 and something thousand, which we, that spend, caravans, cars, blah, blah. When you get to retirement at 67, is that backdated as part of your, I don't know, is it income or I'm not sure?
No. Firstly, Liz, inheritances are tax-free and they don't count anywhere except if you apply for the age pension and you have some of the assets or the money left over. So let's say the 200,000, you buy a car and a caravan and you put some money in the bank or whatever, put it in super. Yep. The value of those things in 4 years' time when you're 67 will probably be maybe 120,000, let's say. So that's the amount that counts on your assets test, not the original amount that you got. Does that make sense?
Yep. It does. What is the limit that you can have in your super in your bank account other than your family home?
Yeah, it's funny you should say that because I'm doing this remotely. I'm going to have to look at my phone because I don't have my little thing. Here we go. Now they're going up on the 1st of July, which is today. But let's see if the app has been updated because when we have questions like this on the first day of the financial year, let me just see if it's automatically updated. It has not automatically updated. So these are they're going to go up a little bit. So this will probably increase in September, I should say, March 2023 to September. So the 19th of September, these numbers will go up. And I assume that's when, you're only 63, so later in the year, so it doesn't apply to you. So for a single homeowner, you get the full pension if you've got less than $280,000 in assessable assets, and you get the pension cuts out when you've got $634,000. If you're a couple, it's $419,000 and just under $1 million. So I'd say if you're a couple and you own your own home and you've got between say $430,000 would be my guess and $1 million, you'll get some age pension. If you're a non-homeowner, then there's different rates again.
There you go, Liz.
So when you get to 67, I think 67 and a half for me, maybe. I was born on...
No, 67.
67? So they can go back 5 years to what...
Actually, you should get it... Yeah, actually, I think... Let me just check your date of birth. Again, life's hilarious, because you ask a simple question and the answer is determined by about 17 pages of legislation. So pension age is... When were you born?
1960.
What date?
7th of September.
7th of September. Okay. Date of birth, age pension to the 1st of July 1955 to the 31st of December 1956. That's not you. Okay, so you were born after the 1st of January 1957, so it's exactly 67. There's no shading anymore.
Dominic, we'll have to wrap up and head off to the news. Dominic Alafaci from Collins House. Have a great Saturday.
Thanks, guys.